Get ready for the action because we are diving straight into the Chicago Cubs news. We start with the situation surrounding top prospect Kevin Alcantara. This young slugger has smashed 13 home runs at AAA Iowa and is clearly ready for the big leagues. But the reality is that the Cubs' outfield is already stacked with Ian Happ, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Seiya Suzuki. And with Moises Ballesteros at DH, there is simply no room for Alcantara right now. We break down exactly why this prospect is facing a major decision and what the trade deadline might bring for him.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we turn our attention to the injury headache hitting the Cubs' pitching staff. Veteran relief pitcher Hunter Harvey, who was seen as a high-leverage closer with a fastball approaching triple digits, has suffered a setback. After making 4 appearances this season, Harvey landed on the injury list with a triceps injury and is sidelined indefinitely, marking an expensive gamble for the front office that might be costing them. We also have some important perspective on the offensive struggles and optimism surrounding Moises Ballesteros. While the initial reaction to his early season numbers was panic, we look at the data showing that he has proven capable of breaking out of slumps, maintaining above-average batting statistics, and how lineup adjustments, like moving Michael Busch back up, could be the key to rejuvenating his bat. Finally, we look at the bigger picture with the 2026 Cubs heroes and goats. Despite a stifled offense in recent games, the team still owns the top team on base percentage in baseball, and we examine the key performances from Game 41, including Evan Carter's homer and Jameson Taylor's scoreless outing, as we discuss the path forward for the team. Don't miss any of the latest Chicago sports news, analysis, and breaking stories. Tap the star to add us to your favorites on Google News, so you never miss a story on your favorite Chicago teams. The Chicago Cubs are currently not in desperate need of offensive upgrades, boasting a 5th-place batting average, 4th-place OPS, and a tie for 3rd in runs scored. This situation presents a significant challenge for top prospect Kevin Alcantara, who has demonstrated readiness with 13 home runs at AAA Iowa. However, the team's current outfield, featuring Ian Happ, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Seiya Suzuki, along with Moises Ballesteros at first base, leaves little room for Alcantara in the present lineup configuration. While a position change remains a possibility, the infield is largely set, and a move to catcher is unlikely. Consequently, speculation is mounting that a trade is the most probable outcome for the 23-year-old slugger. Jordan Campbell of Cubby's Crib has identified Alcantara as one of 3 players on the chopping block with the trade deadline approaching. The need for pitching depth is also driving roster decisions, as the Cubs have already traded top outfield prospect Owen Casey to the Miami Marlins for pitcher Edward Cabrera. This indicates that Alcantara could be on the move amidst a vibrant trade market between now and August 3rd. Campbell stated that Alcantara is on borrowed time with the organization, suggesting the Cubs were not eager for him to break camp. While Alcantara could serve as a potential replacement for Happ or Suzuki next season, he is viewed as the Cubs' biggest trade chip at the deadline. Although Happ and Suzuki are slated for free agency at year's end, the Cubs' push for a World Series this season may accelerate their timeline. Alcantara ranks 3rd among the Cubs' prospects behind Jackson Wiggins and middle infielder Jefferson Rojas, but he is considered the most MLB-ready of this group. This heightened readiness is creating a time crunch for both the Cubs and Alcantara's career trajectory. If the Cubs trade him before the deadline, it would be an unsurprising move. The Chicago Cubs are grappling with the fallout of an injury involving veteran relief pitcher Hunter Harvey, a move that has raised questions about the front office's recent bullpen decisions. Harvey, known for his high-leverage potential and fastball velocity, has faced a career defined by injury, with his tenure with the organization not yielding significant results. Since his debut with the Baltimore Orioles in 2019, Harvey has pitched under 40 innings twice in a season and appeared in only 12 games with the Kansas City Royals last year. Despite this history, the Cubs invested heavily in Harvey during the offseason, reportedly for over $6 million, as part of a bullpen reconstruction effort. This significant expenditure came amid expectations that the Cubs would enter the luxury tax in 2026, leading manager Jed Hoyer to take a gamble on Harvey despite existing options like Daniel Palensha, Phil Maton, and Hobie Milner. The gamble appears to have backfired, as Harvey suffered a triceps injury while attempting to resume his throwing program and has been sidelined indefinitely following a stress reaction. The team anticipates another update in early June, suggesting Harvey may not return to the bullpen until closer to the All-Star break after completing necessary rehab assignments. The decision to pursue Harvey over other prospects, such as Brad Keller, has drawn scrutiny. While the Cubs were reportedly unwilling to match a 2-year offer from the Philadelphia Phillies for Keller, Harvey presented clear red flags that were reportedly overlooked. Critics are questioning whether the team should have pursued a more established option, noting that Keller has demonstrated capability in high-leverage situations. Harvey's indefinite absence leaves a significant gap in the Cubs' bullpen. Cubs fans are urged to maintain optimism regarding Moises Ballesteros despite a recent offensive slump. While early season struggles can trigger overreactions, the analysis suggests there are strong reasons to believe the young player will recover. After an impressive run, Ballesteros has struggled, going .236.056 since April 27th. However, his underlying metrics remain solid, with a batting average of .265 and an OPS of .827, both of which are above the league average. The current focus on Ballero's performance may be misplaced given the team's strong standing. The Cubs currently lead the NL Central with a 27-14 record, holding a 3.5-game lead over the Brewers and Cardinals, and ranking second in all of baseball. Furthermore, the team benefits from having 2 above-average catchers, Carson Kelly and Miguel Amaya, which allows Ballesteros to focus on his game. To help Ballesteros regain his form, the team has utilized Michael Conforto as an elite bat in the DH role to provide him with necessary days off. The slump appears linked to a strategic lineup change. Moving Ballesteros to the second spot and shifting Michael Busch down the order may have hindered his performance. Experts suggest moving Ballesteros back to a position where he was previously dominating, as he was hitting in the 5th or 6th spot with an exceptional 16 for 31 performance and an OPS above 1,500, could be crucial for rejuvenating his bat. The Chicago Cubs faced a challenging stretch, highlighted by a recent 3-0 loss to the Rangers in Game 41, emphasizing a growing stratification in the team's performance. Analysts note that 4 of the last 5 losses have felt disproportionately heavy, with the team allowing 9 runs in one instance, a scenario where losses often approach a 100% probability. Despite these setbacks, the Cubs maintain a respectable record, having lost only 5 of their last 25 games. This pattern suggests a team that either struggles to secure wins or finds ways to pull them through difficult contests. While the recent losses prompt a pragmatic, forward-looking approach, the primary concern raised is the offense being stifled for 2 consecutive games. Despite the offensive dip, objective metrics remain encouraging. The Cubs still lead the league in team on-base percentage, and their slugging remains in the top 5, resulting in an overall team OPS ranking in the top 5. This indicates that the recent offensive struggles may not signal a fundamental collapse, but rather a temporary dip. Key performances from the weekend included Evan Carter's 2-out, 2-run home run for the Rangers' play of the game, and Jameson Taylor's scoreless first-inning performance for the Cubs. Ethan Roberts was recognized as the Cubs' player of the game for Game 40. The Rizzo Award standings reflect the team's overall performance metrics. Looking ahead, the team faces a tough test on Tuesday night against the Braves. Pitching depth remains a factor, with Colin Rea making his 6th start of the year and Grant Holmes making his 8th appearance. The overall expectation remains cautious, with expectations drifting upward but not yet reaching a high win total. The overarching message is a call to action. Find a path back into winning form.